I'm so glad that you are here with me this week. We're going to try something completely new, so I hope that it's exciting and it's different and that we can enjoy something a little bit on the new side this week. Before we get into our theme, our special shout out today goes to Lily and to Charlie and Aiden. Thank you for being involved and checking us out and following along with some of our kids' church stuff. So we often share a story and we'll play with that story and we'll do a craft with that story. But this week I want to do something a little bit different because our scriptures are not just stories. In fact, our scriptures are all lessons about our relationship with ourselves, our relationships with each other, and our relationships with God. And so some of those lessons are in story form, but others are from the prophets, from teachers, and it's their writings to others that are the lessons about those relationships. And so today's scripture is actually one of those. It's from the book of Isaiah, Isaiah being a prophet or a teacher. And the lesson is about our relationship both with ourselves and our relationship with God. And so we're going to explore that. But because it's not a story, I thought we could explore it really, really differently this week. I like to be able to play with our lessons and to hear our lessons through our body. So this week we're going to hear our lesson very much through our body. We're going to use our body in different positions, and then we're going to hear the story using our body in those positions. Many of those positions are similar to yoga positions. If you have tried yoga before or yoga for kids, then these might feel a little bit familiar to you. And we're going to use that way of moving our body to get into the story and hear the lesson, not just with our ears, but with our whole body. Now, if you, for any reason, have difficulty doing all of the physical moments, that's okay, because you can actually do all of them sitting down as well, and then just using your arms to be part of the story and the lesson with us today. So I will show you both the full body, but there are other options as well to do it sitting down if you don't have the full mobility to be able to do that with us today. So are you ready to try something completely different? Let's see if we can get our body to remember and tell the lesson about our relationship today with God. Okay, my friends, let's review the body positions first, and we'll go through that, and then we'll add in our lesson after that. So, are you ready to get moving with your body in all directions? Let's get on the floor. Our first position, I want you to imagine being a little tiny baby all curled up in a ball on the floor. Just like so, all curled down. And then from there, we're going to reach our hands up, do a nice big circle, and then we'll come onto our hands and our knees. And here, we can drop our belly buttons to the floor and do a nice big stretch with our chest forward. And then we're going to curl our back, just like Toby sometimes will curl our back, bring our belly buttons to the ceiling. There we go. And then we're just going to come to normal. And let's step our feet under us and just fold forward. And you can have your knees bent or straight, just fold forward like so. Woo. And now we're going to reach up, taking our hands nice and big. Reach, reach, reach so high to the sky. That's great. Okay, we're done half of it. That's chapter 43 already. Now, let's step our feet nice and wide. Nice and wide. And then we're going to reach our fingers far, far. Maybe you can reach one hand and reach the other hand. That's good. That's a really nice reach. And now we're going to fold forward again. Woo! How far far can you fold? Can you get your fingertips to the floor? Can you get your knuckles or your hands? Here, fold forward. We're gonna reach up again. Reach up and bring our feet together. And then I'm gonna bring my hands out to the sides to help me balance as I pick up one foot from the ground. And now I pick up the other foot from the ground. And then I'm gonna put 2 feet together and bring my hands together at my heart. And that is all done. Do you think we should try it one more time before we add our lesson in? Let's see if we can do it one big flow. So we remember we have to get down on the ground to start. So finding our way down to our position. Woo, as a little ball. And from here we're gonna reach up. Circle our hands, nice big circle, and then come up onto our hands and knees and drop our belly button and then lift our belly button, and then we'll straighten our back and step our feet behind our hands and just fold. Ooh. We'll just be relaxed here, like so. And now from here we're going to reach our hands up. High, high, high up. That's great. And then step our feet apart and reach our hands as far apart as we can. We'll go one way, and we'll go the other way, and then we'll fold ourselves down. And then bring ourselves back up and step together. And then with our hands out wide to balance, bring up one foot, bring up the other foot, and then plant both feet nice and solid, hands together at our heart. 2 thumbs up, my friends. Now let's do it along with our lesson. This lesson is taken from the book of Isaiah, chapters 43 and 40, and it goes like this. Dear friends, listen to the God who created you. The one who formed you says, don't be afraid. I've made you and called you by name, and you are mine. When you go through deep waters, I will be with you. When you go through rivers of difficulty, you will not drown. When you walk through the fire of oppression, you will not burn up. The flames will not consume you, for I am your God. Do you not know? Have you not heard? God is the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. God will not grow tired or weary. God's understanding no one can understand. God gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. Even youths grow tired and weary, and young people stumble and fall. But those who hope in God will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Well, my friends, how was that lesson for you? Did you find it easy to follow along with the movements as you heard the words, or did you get confused? Sometimes it takes a few times to learn what comes next, and it's okay if we miss some pieces in those body movements. What's important is that we try and we get to where we can get, and we feel in our body those words that we manage to meet. So, what did you feel when you could stand nice and broad and hear about God's strength? What did you feel when you could reach up high and hear about hope? What did it feel like when you were drooped down low? Isn't it interesting how these words we can feel with our body, not just our ears? Well, if you are up for the challenge, I would challenge you to do that a couple more times this week, to go back to the video and turn on the lesson and see if you can get all of those movements in and see how that makes you feel about that lesson and whether or not that touches you differently than if you were just hearing the words. And maybe invite somebody along to do it with you, to get those stretches in. Even if they do it while sitting down, it's still wonderful to get the movement and to hear with our muscles and our body as much as with our ears. Until next week then, let's bless each other on this journey that we are on. May there be love in your heart to give. May there be joy in your heart to share. And may there be strength in your heart to lift others up. See you later, my friends.